headlines Tuesday, courtesy of Heart NSTA Trust, Jamaica's Human Development Agency.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, growing concerns in Content Manchester as water continues to rise. Westmoreland families still stranded after Hurricane Melissa. Hospitals in disaster zones offer care with limitations. In the business report, Sagicor Group Jamaica commits millions to Hurricane Melissa recovery effort. And later on in sports, World Cup qualification hangs in the balance as Jamaica face Curacao.
CVM News at 7 headlines Tuesday, courtesy of Heart NSTA Trust, Jamaica's Human Development Agency.
Hurricane Melissa has left a trail of destruction behind. We now need the help of everyone to put our lives and livelihoods back together. Join us live on Sunday, November 23 at 1 p.m. for I Love Jamaica Telethon and virtual concert, and make your donation. Some of Jamaica's leading artists and personalities come together to appeal for donations to the Hurricane Melissa Recovery Fund. And your favorite artist or personality will be there, not just to entertain you, but to also answer the phones. Make sure to call and make your donation. 888-LOVE-JAM or 888-568-3526. I Love Jamaica Telethon and virtual concert, Sunday, November 23, 1 p.m. live right here on CVM TV. Help us to build back Jamaica stronger.
I want to represent the citizens of Jamaica. Jamaica love.
CVM News at 7 Tuesday, brought to you by
the KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7. It's Tuesday, November 18, 2025. I'm Nika Lewis. Thanks so much for joining us. And we send you straight back to Giovanni Dennis in Westmoreland.
Well, thank you so much, Nika Lewis in studio. Well, in just under an hour, Jamaica's Reggae Boys will be taking on Curacao inside the National Stadium. They'll be looking to unseat Curacao at the top of the table in their CONCACAF World Cup qualifying group. And of course, this is for a spot in the finals of the World Cup being jointly held in the United States, Mexico and Canada. Now, of course, the usual fanfare ahead of such a big game like tonight is not there in parts of Manchester, St. Elizabeth and here in Westmoreland, but fans are cautiously optimistic. So we're currently at the end of the Hurricane Melissa ravaged St. Elizabeth, here at the border with Westmoreland. The Reggae Boys too are at the end of the road in the World Cup qualifiers. They too are at the border, at the cusp of making it over into World Cup qualification. It would only be the second berth for the Reggae Boys at the FIFA World Cup. And if they were to be successful, people in Jamaica would be extremely happy. Already, fans are telling me they're feeling nostalgic, remembering 1998, the first time when Jamaica qualified.
1998, in the middle of the day, the sun hot, that Sunday when Renee Simoes, I saw that game to be played in the sun hot when we drove 1 hour with Mexico.
Was it Milan?
I don't remember, but we drove with Mexico.
What was the feeling like being there 98 when Jamaica qualified for the World Cup?
A euphoria. On top of the world. Jamaica going to the World Cup for the first time. And we're going to go the second time. I'm very confident about we winning tonight.
I mean, the country was united. We were united as a country. It was ecstatic when we qualified. It was, I think all of us forgot about our problems, and we were just happy. Extremely happy as a country.
Ms. Franklin, do you remember where you were in 1998 when Jamaica first qualified for the World Cup?
Well, I mean, celebrate and thing, you know. I'm glad to know so they reach. I'm glad to see them go reach there again. Yeah. And well want to see them reach there.
You remember this Finland 98 when them win?
Yes, so then they go Hampton and we get holiday.
Okay, they want holiday again if they win tonight?
Yes.
So, not such a good pick there from me, but Jamaicans I've been speaking with, fans I've been speaking with in Manchester, St. Elizabeth and here in Westmoreland are excited about the possibilities should the Reggae Boys win tonight.
Yo, that would be great, man, even though we are going through that great disaster. That would be great. And one Jamaica we say now. Team Jamaica.
I'm from Westmoreland. I live in Sablamar, but I born and grew up in Townhead, Burn Savannah. And we were hit very, very hard. A lot of damages. The spirits of the citizens are very, very low. And winning the game tonight, qualifying for the World Cup, will definitely lift the spirits of the people. They will definitely feel much better, even just knowing that we are going to the World Cup. There's something to look forward to. And that resilience, along with winning the game tonight, going on to the World Cup, is only make the country be much better, especially Western Jamaica, knowing what all we're going through right now.
Well, if they win and get there, we help cheer up in what happened to we are right now, Because myself, we feel good, take some of my problem off of my mind,
How much you think that can lift the country if they win?
Yeah. Oh, God, man. Can bring country good, man. And the country will rejoice,
Go help cheer you up.
Cheer you up,
I feel great and feel nice, so the country reach a World Cup. I know, so yes, you reach already. But we know, so reach now at World Cup. Yeah. Second time.
Now, it's not just Jamaicans locally who are excited about the game tonight. I've been speaking with Damian Gordon, a Jamaican sports journalist currently in Maine in the United States, and he's been speaking with Jamaicans over that country to get their reactions.
As for the Jamaicans in the diaspora, I can tell you I've been talking to the small but growing population here in Maine, and they're very excited about the prospect of being in the stadium and possibly seeing Jamaica play Brazil or Argentina and Lionel Messi, or one Cristiano Ronaldo and Portugal. The last time we checked, though, tickets were going at, minimum of $1,400 a pop. But I can tell you that if the Reggae Boys were able to pull off that mission against the Curaçao, that kind of figure will not stand between the Jamaican diaspora and the Reggae Boys, seeing them in real life at the World Cup.
And so, for Damian Gordon and other Jamaican fans, the mission tonight is clear.
I think the team's job tonight is twofold, really. I remember back in 1998 when the team qualified for the World Cup, there was such a feel-good factor right across the country, and post that we saw an 11% drop in criminal activities right across the country, mainly the crime rate. And I think that gave the country a sense of pride and a feel-good factor that really blanketed the island. This time around, there is a feeling of hopelessness among those in the West, even as people reach out post-Melissa. And so tonight, the boys, their job is to restore confidence in Jamaica's football, but also give the people of the country, the nearly 3 million folks, some hope that they can dream. And even in a moment of despair, that there's always some light at the end of the tunnel and there's something to cheer about.
I wish them all the best and go. I wish them love. Do your best and make Jamaica proud.
We are a much better team. Just be calm, compose. You have the 12th man there, which is that bumper crowd, that overpacked National Stadium, and definitely take it home for not just Jamaica and whole, but even especially for Western Jamaica.
Of course, we are just about 50 minutes away from that match at the National Stadium, and of course CVM TV will be broadcasting that game on our big screen right here in Savlamar, Westmoreland at the Manning School. So if you're anywhere in the area in Westmoreland, come on down here, watch the game with us and enjoy some care packages if you are able to, and also some of our food items that we'll have on store, refreshments here. Now, shifting gears a little bit more serious matters right now. Content Manchester has been experiencing rising groundwater for the past 2 weeks, and we've been seeing it being discussed at press conferences. Now, our reporter Amoy Harriet visited the area today to see what happened, and of course you came up with a CVM exclusive. What did you get from Content Manchester, Amoy?
First of all, good evening to our CVM viewers. You know, Gio, we always talk about the matter of seeing something on the phone versus seeing it in person, how different those experiences are. And again, I've been seeing videos of Content Manchester over the last week alone, and you know, it was quite shocking, but seeing it in person, houses underwater, completely underwater, the only thing you're seeing are roofs. You know, it was quite moving. And speaking of that CVM exclusive that our viewers are about to see in a moment, we actually spoke to or met a pair of siblings, a brother and a sister, whose father was around the first time Content was flooded, which was in 1977, and he happened to be the hero that day, saving over 30 persons in the community from the rising flood waters. And I want our viewers to have a look at that exclusive right now. Water, the reality in Content Manchester this evening as groundwater continues to rise. While in the area, our news team met Kerry-Ann and Dave Lee, their siblings who grew up in the community. Kerry-Ann recalls being home during the 1970s when Content flooded like this for the first time.
This particular area, Content, has flooded 3 times. The first time it happened, most of the people here can't swim because we don't have water here. So when it started, Alcan had boats. So my dad got the boats. Nobody would get in the boats with him. So he had to tie them together. But he rescued, I think it's about 30, 40.
The people
No, the boats.
Oh, the boats.
Because nobody would get to steer an extra boat. So to get to the people, Dad said to them, he was over the mines here. So he said to them, if it ever come again like that, you have to watch it and everybody have to leave. So what people must realize is this. It flood like this and nobody drowned because the people learn.
So what do you think needs to happen going forward? I think it's a case of people just shouldn't be living in this area anymore.
This is a riverbed, but it's been an old riverbed. And over Kirkbrand on the other side here, across from the pickup factory, you guys see the water coming up over there? I've been here looking at it, and it's about 8 feet it's rising every day, but it's also getting bigger.
So do you think it's a case where persons may have to completely migrate from this area?
Well, I am really thinking that for the vast amount of what we're looking at here, even where we're standing here, I don't think that in a couple weeks or a week you will be able to come and stand here. It's coming up fast, but when will it begin to recede? Because we're watching and we're looking like we don't see anything receding.
So are you concerned that there's a possibility that this water will continue to rise?
It's not a matter of concern. It's a matter of just plain sight. The whole way coming from cannot cock. Years the whole they try. I can dump things. My father worked there for years. They try full that hole for years. It cannot full. So the water coming up through there is unimaginable. If the water don't stop, the whole place will come under water. The whole place will flood. It's not going to be inhabitable for humans. They don't know of these things. It's not public knowledge that there is 7 riverheads and the advantage that the mining company used to utilize this space is not common knowledge. But after a while, community members work there, they acquire the knowledge and know that they have developed themselves in a community that is not as safe as they might think. And today, they are sure of that. But then we are going to have to be one Jamaica now. No red, no green, no Christian, no Jerry curl, no men, no guys, no nothing. Jamaicans are with us now. We have to live together as one people to change anything we are going to happen right now.
In the meantime, Councillor for the Waterston Division, David Knight, says he's concerned about what he describes as inadequate attention from the authorities.
I think little or nothing is being done here because of the hurricane. All the attention is being placed now in the west, and so persons are not even aware of what is happening here. And so I think some attention must be given to persons here, even brief counseling or to see your house go underwater. I mean, it's not an easy thing. And so I think at least the authorities should come in and at least have a talk with these people.
Residents and visitors to the area in the meantime are being urged not to touch or consume the water.
I've seen the Ministry of Health on the ground handing out pamphlets as to educate the people as to what, because this water is not clean. It is not clean, and we are begging persons to stay away from it. It is not clean. And so the Ministry of Health is on the ground educating persons as to the danger of this water.
So you're saying even though, because I've seen video, I haven't seen it as yet, but I've seen videos of myself and pretty blue water, you're saying that it's not clean whatsoever.
Not clean. It's not clean. Because the Ministry of Health is warning us to stay away from it. Don't touch it. Don't walk in it. Don't swim in it. Don't taste it, because it is not clean.
Reporter Amoya Harriet ending that report from Content in Manchester. So then, we take our first break here on CVM's News at 7. When we come back, Nika Lewis will pick up the news from studio. And of course, we'll be here and we'll rejoin you at 8 o'clock for Lead Story Prime. Don't miss it.
I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. It's true. Come on in. Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
Every school is free of unhealthy, ultra-processed products. You know, those high in salt, fats, and sugar. If only that weren't a dream. The reality is that many children have an unhealthy diet at school, and 23% of them are overweight or obese. This can lead to hypertension, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Let's protect our children's right to health with a policy for schools that prevents unhealthy food marketing and ensures access to nutritious foods. The time is now. Let's implement the National School Nutrition Policy. A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica and partners.
With the bus, the man, I want to watch my son up here finals on CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
My son score, my son score, my son score, my son score.
Greatness begins here.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bisesa McKenzie is reminding Jamaicans that despite the need to seek medical care, given recent health developments, several hospitals in the disaster zones continue to operate with limitations. However, she shares that support from international partners and the addition of field hospitals make healthcare possible in those areas. The perfect concoction for a litany of ails that could easily brew a public health crisis.
So in the aftermath of the hurricane, there's a likelihood of several factors that can cause issues affecting health. And these are, we've had loss of power, loss of reliable water supply, compromise of our food supply, sanitation breaks down, solid waste builds up, there's increased pooling of water, and where persons are dislocated and end up in shelters, then we have overcrowding issues to manage. With all of these situations, there's an increasing likelihood of a rise in infectious diseases, and this includes waterborne diseases, vector-borne diseases, foodborne diseases, and of course, if you're in an overcrowded situation, airborne diseases like respiratory tract infections, and even diseases that spread by contact.
But not without intervention or sensitization from the health ministry around the threats. The disaster dealt a steady dose of implications for the nation's public health sector, battering staff and infrastructure in the parishes hardest hit.
So we have been working, assisted by various groups and organizations, both local persons as well as overseas persons. We've been working non-stop to get our facilities up. We have had 5 hospitals that have been severely affected, and these facilities are all offering services, but under challenging situations. So Falmouth Hospital, the Accident and Emergency Department is down, but they are receiving patients, and there was damage not just to the A&E, but also to the wards and to the other facilities that support the hospital. And so a field hospital has been erected, and so therefore persons who would normally come to the hospital or who have problems should still come to the hospital to seek care.
That's in addition to the field hospital. Things are not much better further west, with hurdles for the embattled Cornwall Regional Hospital.
Bed capacity has been severely affected. It means that persons that are coming to the Accident and Emergency Department are going to face a crowded emergency department. Very challenging situation that is there. But so there may be some delay. We ask for your patience, but the emergency department is still open and receiving patients. Noel Holmes Hospital has also been severely affected, but they have the benefit also of a foreign team as well as the local team that are there, and a field hospital is to be set up there so that they will be able to receive patients, and they do continue their services on a daily basis.
The CMO shares that at the Savlamar Hospital, crowding in accident and emergency remains a concern, but services continue. She says a field hospital is to be erected there soon. In St. Elizabeth, the Black River Hospital received a much-needed hand.
Most services are down at the hospital. The Accident and Emergency Department, though, is up, and it, along with the field hospital that has been placed in Black River, at Black River High School, very close to the hospital, are open to receive patients. So while we say that persons need to seek care early because we do want for early interventions, we do understand that there are challenges at the hospital.
Despite an influx of hurricane relief supplies across the parish of Westmoreland, dozens of families remain stranded with nowhere to call home. As we hear in this report from Akeem Aret, residents say although food is coming in, the basic necessities of shelter and clothing are still out of reach.
The frightening reality of life after Hurricane Melissa is still unfolding for many families in Westmoreland. Several residents say they have been sleeping in the cold for days with little to no clothing and their homes completely destroyed.
I lost my whole house. Everything for me gone in this storm. Yeah? We have to get put up by my aunt. Everything for us, stove, fridge, video camera, everything gone. I lost everything, even my kids, them stuff blew away. Most of my necessary things, them, lucky say me have back my ID and my TRN, but most of it, I lost everything.
But he is not alone. Another resident, a security guard at the Petersfield High School, says she too has lost all she had worked for.
I lost my house, TV, fridge, I lost stove, I lost my bed, everything. Please, I'm asking if anyone out there could help me with some block, cement, steel, a fridge, a bed, a stove, anything you can help me with, please. My number is 215-7983. And the other number is 512-2464. Please.
But among the hardest hit is one father of 2 daughters who says along with his home, most of his livestock was washed away. He's appealing for urgent help.
I'm just picking up at the pans and so forth, and I lost over 250 chicken in this coop, and I also lost over 5 to 10 hog in that pen over there. So it's very hard for me to try to build back myself. After I push out a lot, I lost a lot because of this terrible storm. And I have no water. I have no drinking water, no water to use back to my farm and so forth. And it's a very hard thing for me right now. And I also have 2 kids, 2 girls that I'm trying to grow with.
While relief supplies continue to arrive in Westmoreland, many say food alone is not enough. They need shelter, clothing, and a place to rebuild. For now, the nights remain cold and the future uncertain. But residents are hopeful that with more targeted assistance, recovery can begin. Reporting for CVM News, I am Akeem Art.
Cleanup operations are now in full swing in sections of Catherine Hall, St. James, following severe flooding that left roads and homes covered in mud and water. The National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, has already removed more than 700 trucks of debris from the community, with plans to complete the process in coming weeks. Here's Carla Ramdeen.
Responsibility for Works, Robert Nestor Morgan says crews will intensify efforts over the next 5 days to clear remaining waste and eliminate areas that could become breeding grounds for disease-carrying vectors.
5 days, we're going to do a significant cleanup of the debris, the large debris, as well as the mud, and we're going to do sanitation. So within 5 days, we can promise the residents that a lot of the risks that they face now, and in terms of a habitat for vectors, in terms of the clogged drains, we're going to clean the drains as well. And this will be led by the mayor, the councillor, and the member of parliament, as well as the National Solid Waste Management Authority.
Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, explained that residents of St. Catherine Estate and West Green St. James were not spared the worst of the flooding, adding water levels reached as high as 10 feet in some areas, causing significant damage to homes and personal property.
But the first step is to ensure that we clean up this community and adjoining communities, to ensure that from a public health perspective that they are safer to go back into their homes. And so over the next couple of days, we will now step up the work that was started by the National Solid Waste Management Authority in doing the heavy lifting, getting out the debris, the old damaged furnitures, you name it. Now we are going into the crevices within the communities, the walkways, to remove the mud and the dirt, and then wash out these walkways, help the persons to wash out their homes as well as next step towards bringing back some semblance of normality to the residents of these 2 communities.
Executive Director at the National Solid Waste Management Authority, Ollie Gordon, says the agency is making steady progress but urges residents to remain patient as cleanup operations continue.
We are getting there. We are significantly way ahead of where we were a week ago, and we will not leave until we have completed the task. We owe this to you, and we are going to ensure that it's done.
Carla Ramdeen, CVM News.
Stay with us for lots more on the other side of the break.
Name Lionel. And after a hurricane, everybody want them things lined up and them light back quick. You understand that? But power restoration is a process. First, we check the big plants and main transmission lines. If them down, nobody can get power. Then, we restore the essential places, hospitals, water, airport and such. Next is the major community lines, the one that power hundreds of homes one time. Last, we reach the smaller lines that serve individual streets. Rushing can cause damage or hurt someone, so we follow protocol and keep it solid.
Hi, I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. It's true. Come on in.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
BCIC is giving up to $5 million in free content insurance.
We've developed a free online calculator. So anybody in Jamaica, any homeowner can go on to BCIC online. You don't even have to be a BCIC customer, and it will give you a building value.
When you update your home's rebuilding cost with our online calculator, you'll get $5 million in free content insurance and up to 12 months to pay your premium.
If you're not insured, go get it now. Better to be safe than sorry.
The new KFC Doritos Zinger, a combo that's finger-licking good. The time by KFC is
7:30. This special broadcast is brought to you by Quartz and Just Bet.
Thanks so much for staying with us. 40 brand new homes, 3 windows each. This is the progress report of the development in Parishes, St. Elizabeth, where shelter is being restored to many displaced citizens. Developers are determined to provide assistance to vulnerable families affected by Hurricane Melissa. Crystal Williams has the details.
With St. Elizabeth being one of the parishes heaviest hit by Hurricane Melissa, developers from the Ripton Group of companies, in collaboration with Alcor Windows and Doors, seek to rebuild homes in the Parity community. Courtney Wilkinson, CEO of Alcor, says the company has pitched into this group effort by contributing windows and doors to the new homes.
Alcor is actually playing a complementary role to Ripton development. Because the structure that the windows are going, if you pan around a little bit, you'll see these windows that we're doing. The structure is Ripton. Alcor is just facilitating the windows. We're giving out some mattresses also, and we have donated additional funds for lighting and such of such.
He reports that roughly 40 houses have been worked on so far, and they have received 3 windows each. Ripton Rogers, founder of Ripton Group of Companies, says these houses have been furnished with full structures, partitions, and roofs. He also shares the upcoming goals the team has in mind.
What our intention is to do a couple hundred before the end of the month, and then we'll continue and see how far we can go. We give away washrooms, doors, sinks, windows from our partners as well, mattresses. We give away a lot of mattresses. I intend to give away a lot more mattresses. And as we go along, we'll be giving away more building supplies. We give away building supplies, but our intention is not to give away. Our intention is to actually erect them and have them installed properly.
As a son of the soil, he says the destruction he witnessed in the community broke his heart. But his ultimate goal is for the people of Parity to have somewhere to put their heads.
People here have been very nice to us and courteous. Gave us a couple of ducks, and they seem to like what we're doing. We're told that we're the only one, not the only one doing this, but the only one who's actually making an impact, because more people are going around handing out food. We're actually putting a roof over people's head.
Mr. Wilkinson also says few things have been as gratifying as providing this house for a new mother.
When stuff like this happen, when you have you see the people coming together, Jamaicans coming together, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling giving. Believe me, if you pan around, you can look at the what exactly our mattress. Everything is out in the open. So we feel good doing this.
Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
Councillor for the Little London Division, Dr. Ian Miles, teamed up with Arian and Issa Construction Company to rebuild a home in Little London, Westmoreland, destroyed by Hurricane Melissa. Our reporter is Druselle Mills.
All Smiles is mother of 4, Shauna Kay, whose home is being rebuilt after Melissa swept through, causing destruction and displacement of her family. Councillor for the Little London Division, Ian Miles, teamed up with Ariane and Issa Construction Company to restore not only the structure they call home, but their heart.
When I walked to look at the damages that Hurricane Melissa has done to this community, I met this young lady, Shanake, and her 4 children. They were living outside and had to be hosted by some neighbors. And when I met Ariane and Richie, I have to call your names, I took them here and they right away fell in love with the children and saw the need and decided that they wanted to do something about the way she was living conditions. And today, we are here within a week, and this has become a reality.
Everyone who gives, share everything, the love, appreciate everything, and I want to say continue to do a good work. Each and every one of you continue to do a great job. Sharing is caring.
Miles says there are more than 60 persons who are homeless as a result of Hurricane Melissa. As such, he encourages the reconstruction of homes.
And so I'm calling on assistance from corporate, overseas, government to assist us in getting these families back on their feet. We would have done first care packages. That is one phase of, the restoration process. But now we have to start looking on situation and conditions like this where we try and get persons back on their feet. And this is what touches me, to know that you would have just rallied with the ISA team and made this into a reality.
Giselle Mills reporting for CVM News.
Meanwhile, illegal dumping is once again in the spotlight in St. James. Municipal leaders met earlier today to confront the growing environmental threat as piles of waste continue to surface in communities across the parish. Officials outlined just how widespread the problem has become and discussed tougher measures aimed at stopping the unauthorized disposal of garbage. With residents demanding urgent action, the call to clean up St. James is getting louder. Omari Wilson has more in this report.
For years, communities across St. James have been battling illegal dumping. The municipal corporation revealed just how long some of these sites have been active, stretching back decades, and identified several hotspots now overwhelming the parish's waste management system.
For 20 years, I've been coming to this corporation and I hear about illegal dump sites, and guess what? They are the same dump sites. I can tell you where all of them are. One was right here now, at the outside of what was Advantage, right here. There was one around by Harbour Street. Is it Harbour Street and that lane that goes back to Creek Street? There was one at Dome Street.
Councillor Sinclair adds that it will take a joint effort in order to address the dump sites that have been created by residents in these areas.
It will require partnership with public health, and it will require partnership with the municipal corporation. It will require partnership with the Jamaica Constabulary Force.
Another councillor raised a separate concern: ongoing delays in garbage collection. He says his division in particular is struggling with piles of uncollected waste that continue to attract more illegal dumping.
My division has not seen anything at all where garbage collection is. And the roads are clear. Most of the roads are clear where the truck can come in. And the pile-up of garbage is enormous, Chairman. Enormous.
Councillor Sinclair is also urging the government to recognize that Western Jamaica is still recovering from the recent hurricane impact. He says the National Solid Waste Management Authority should allocate additional resources to help the region stabilize waste collection and cleanup operations.
One day, take all of the the compactors up at Kingston. Move them to St. James and just do one blitz in St. James and try and get back some normalcy and then send them back to Kingston. And then you have your limited units starting to try and do the maintenance.
Omari Wilson reports for CVM News.
Stay with us for more CVM News at 7 in a moment.
Quartz Optical, Lucky Doll, and Ashley Furniture Home Store, we understand that recovering from Hurricane Melissa takes time, but together we can rebuild stronger. If you've made a credit purchase recently at Quartz Optical, Lucky Doll, or Ashley and were impacted by the storm, your payments may be protected. We're ready to support you, so message us today via WhatsApp at 876-550-2180 and let's talk about how we can help. Conditions apply. Quartz Optical, Lucky Dollar, and Ashley, supporting you when it matters most.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome back. It's now time for the Business Report with Joel Crosskill.
Lots to share with you in the Business Report today, as the Q3 results come in for Sagicor Group Jamaica. But before speaking about the performance for the 9-month period ended September 2025, President and CEO Christopher Zaka shared details of how the financial services conglomerate has committed to contributing to the recovery of the nation following the passage of Category 5 Hurricane Melissa.
As our country continues to recover from the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa, we at Sagicor stand with Jamaica and all who have been affected. Many Jamaicans are now experiencing significant challenges and uncertainty as a result of this powerful storm. Our hearts go out to those most impacted, and we remain firm in our service to the country's growth and resilience. In response, Sagicor Group Jamaica, through the Sagicor Foundation, has committed $200 million towards recovery efforts, including $40 million in direct relief for our affected team members and their families. We have been on the ground providing support, assessing needs, and doing everything we can to help families and businesses begin the process of rebuilding.
Turning now to the performance in Q3.
Sagicor recorded net profit attributable to stockholders of $13.22 billion, which was twice the $6.61 billion earned for the same period in 2024. This performance reflects solid growth across all major business lines and a rebound in our asset portfolio, which recorded higher realized and unrealized gains compared to last year. Sagicor ended the period with earnings per share of $3.39 and return on equity of 16% compared to 9% last year.
Insurance revenue increased by 4.61 billion Jamaican dollars, or 12% year over year, driven by continued growth in both the long-term and short-term insurance portfolios.
In our long-term insurance segment, which includes products with contract durations exceeding 1 year, that segment recorded net profit of $7.9 billion, up from $3.7 billion in 2024. This was driven by the release of contractual service margin, which is CSM, of $4.7 billion, and new business CSM generation of $5.7 billion. The segment also benefited from $1.7 billion in net mark-to-market experience gains, a strong turnaround from last year's loss. Group health and life products generated $0.85 billion in new business, particularly among corporate clients, reflecting ongoing portfolio growth.
Sagicor's commercial banking arm also delivered a strong performance, with net profit of 2.94 billion Jamaican dollars, up from 2.52 billion for the same period last year.
This was supported by a 13% increase in revenue, driven by higher net interest income and larger transaction volumes on our card payment portfolios. The bank's loan portfolios grew with $27.46 billion in new loans, contributing to a $1.52 billion increase in interest income. Deposits and other funding liabilities rose by $20 billion, reflecting strong client confidence and continued growth in digital and card activity.
The group's investment banking arm also saw impressive growth.
Sagicor Investments achieved net profit of $1.35 billion, more than double the $0.59 billion earned in 2024. Net investment income rose 59% to $3.54 billion, supported by strong trading gains of $1.13 billion. Although short-term funding rates remained high, interest expenses decreased by 2% to $3.73 billion. The segment's Cayman operation continues to grow its funding base and strengthen its regional reach.
While acknowledging the shift in outlook for the Jamaican economy, with economic output projected to contract by 8 to 13% in the near term and preliminary estimates of damage valued at between 28% and 32% of GDP for financial year 2024-25. The group president and CEO expressed confidence in the Sagicor team to weather any challenges that may emerge.
Encouragingly, Jamaica continues to benefit from strong macroeconomic fundamentals, historically low inflation, robust international reserves, and an upgraded sovereign credit rating. The country has also activated insurance and multilateral arrangements that will provide crucial support to jumpstart recovery and stimulate business activity. At Sagicor, we remain cautiously optimistic. Our solid capital base, diversified operations, and experienced team position us to weather the challenges ahead and to continue delivering long-term value for our stakeholders as the economy recovers and rebuilds.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crosskill.
Stay with us. Sports is next.
To estimate your duty, perform a track and trace, search for a declaration.
Then download the Jamaica Customs mobile app today. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is...
Sports fans, get off the sidelines and join the action with Just Bet. Bet on your favorite teams anywhere online at www.supremegames.com or visit one of our 100 locations island-wide. With enough games and the best odds, you can win big with Just Bet. Be a part of the game. Feel the thrill of winning. Join the action with Just Bet. Must be 18 years old or to bet. Game responsibly.